Welcome to Konya.
Today we're in Konya, a city known as the home of Sufism. This is where the famous poet Rumi is buried and where people come from all over the world to feel the spiritual side of Turkey. In this vlog we visit Rumi's tomb, watch the Whirling Dervishes and try some amazing street food that Konya is known for. The city has a peaceful spiritual vibe that you can really feel as you walk through it. Welcome to Konya.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters, and good morning. We're currently on our way to the Tomb of Rumi. Now, Rumi is a massive influential figure here, not only in Konya, but in fact the whole Muslim world. He's actually known as the greatest Islamic poet of all time. Now, he wasn't actually born here in Konya. He was born in Afghanistan and he grew up in the Hanafi school. His father was a sheikh and he was a great man of knowledge, a very respected man. However, in the year 1228, him, his father and the companions that he was with at the time, they all moved here to Konya. Now, during his time here in Konya, he grew in status very, very fast. He was a very respected, very strong man politically and a very strong man socially. He was known for giving fatwa, he was known for giving dawah, and he was known as well for actually converting a lot of Christians that lived in Konya at the time to Islam. Now, over his time here in Konya, he actually became a very, very powerful poet. In fact, most people around the world now probably know some of his quotes and you don't even know it's Rumi. Iman has actually read a lot of his books and she's very, very interested by his poetry. Now, I'm going to be real with you. There are a few quotes like this one that I love from Rumi, but I don't really know anything about his poetry or much about his books at all, to be honest. Also, Rumi was and probably is the most well-known Sufi in Islamic history. He grew up a Sufi and he was one of the very first big names within the Sufis that introduced the dancing and the expressive arts of Sufism. Now, I actually used to think that Sufi was a sect of Islam, which was very silly of me, as you saw in the first video here in Turkey. I thought that he was a Sufi, which was like a different sect of Islam. It's not. Sufism is actually an expressive way of dhikr. So, you know, when they do all the dancing, like spinning like this, you've probably seen it before. That is just dhikr to Allah. Like, they have different ways through like poetry, through dancing, and today we're gonna see it all, inshallah. Anyway, we're here now at the mosque that is next to the tomb of Rumi. I'm not sure which one is the tomb, I'm not sure which one is the mosque, because sometimes they look a bit similar. But I'm assuming that this one is the mosque and over there is the tomb. So first things first, I think we should go to the tomb. We've got the famous Konya sign, no hashtag on it though. What's going on here? And look around this mosque. The Turkish flag flying high. I think it makes everything look beautiful, to be honest, when they put this Turkish flag everywhere. Bursa was the same, man. Very, very, very proud. And the more you come out of the tourist areas of Turkey, don't get me wrong, there's loads of Turkish flags all over Turkey, but the more you come out of the tourist areas, you see a lot more of this, a lot more pride for that Turkish flag up there. It looks pretty quiet right now, and that's because it is still early morning, but I can see a market over there, which is just what I need. We're currently backpacking this trip and I've only packed shorts with me. Now, the thing is, these shorts, they are halal shorts. Let me show you. They completely cover the aura. But the problem is when I'm praying, I keep having paranoia that my knees will show or that my back will show from my t-shirt and my shorts. So I'm gonna buy some trousers today. My other trousers, I threw them away because I was like, okay, I don't like these anymore. I don't like the way they look. I'm sure I bought these in Bali and they're women's trousers. Like, you know, when the crotch just don't seem to fit right. That's basically how it was. So yeah, I need to buy some trousers from that market after we've been to the tomb, inshallah. MashaAllah. Now, the tomb of Rumi is actually the most touristic site in all of Konya. Tourists that are Muslims, tourists that are even not Muslims, and Turkish people come all the way over to Konya just to visit the tomb, because there's also old Islamic scriptures in there as well, which is really good for Muslims. But because he was such an influential poet, there are people that weren't Muslim that also love his work and have come to show their respects to the tomb. One of the things I'm looking forward to seeing the most though is definitely the old Quranic scriptures. Apparently there's some like scriptures in here that are hundreds and hundreds of years old. Entrance is free. That's what I like to hear. I mean, it would be a bit criminal if they charged you to come in here, wouldn't it? Into someone's tomb. Going through a little security system. This is like a mandatory thing at every tourist site in Turkey. In fact, even like coach stations, they have these scanners as well, which obviously it's good for safety, but it's very frequent. As you can see so far, most people here are currently Muslims. MashaAllah, look how big this building is, by the way. Massive. Even the mosque across from this building is huge. And the fact that this is a building for a tomb, MashaAllah, it's extremely beautiful. I really like this design as well, this little cone design with the Islamic writing on it. And MashaAllah, this place is mad beautiful. Look at this little garden that they've got in here and everything. It's not just like you come in and the building's just there. It's like you come in and it's a whole experience. There's some beautiful like roses or something, pink roses here, red roses over there. There's a little cafe in here. There's some other gravestones at the back over there as well. And it just feels so special. Even when we visited the mosque of Ayub Sultan, it was the same vibe, you know. They really make it feel like it's something so special, and I really love that because these people are huge, huge names in the Islamic world. And mashallah, the Sufis are actually the Muslims that took Islam to countries like Malaysia and Thailand and Indonesia. It was the Sufis who actually took Islam over there. So for him to be the most influential figure in Sufism, his impact is absolutely huge. There's some more graves just down the side here with loads of flowers around them. MashaAllah. Man, it is just so beautiful. It's that old like Ottoman cobble feel, and then you've just got all the nice greenery flowers around it, all the tombs. You can see the mosque now from the mosque that is across from it. You can actually see it in the distance here. That mosque over there was built in 1519, I think. So it is a mega, mega old mosque. And here we are. This is like the courtyard area where you can make wudu and then you can go in. I'm not sure if this is a mosque. I think we're gonna find out when we go inside. But I know that when you go into these kind of places, you have to wear the Islamic attire. You know, if you're a woman, you need to wear a hijab, cover your hair. And if you're a guy, you need to cover your awra. You cover below your knees and cover your waist as well. No going in topless. What does that say?
They're writing, Ya Hadrata Mawlana.
What does it mean?
It's like, it's a greeting for the Rumi. Like, they call it Mawlana.
MashaAllah. Wow, thank you so much. We've got our little translator over here. Okay, let's get our shoes off and let's head inside. You don't actually need to take your shoes off. You just need to put some of these bags on your feet to cover your shoes, to keep them protected and stop the place getting dirty. At the other one we went to, the Ayub Sultan, you had to take your shoes off. It was mandatory, like as if you were going in a mosque. But here, you put paper bags on your, not paper bag, plastic bags on your feet. Right, I'm all bagged up. That sounds so weird, man. I should humble myself real quick before I go into a place like this. Wow, look at this. You can, oh my gosh, I've just slipped. There's like an audio tour you can do. And then there's this old little, it's like a 3D picture of the Masjid al-Haram. Oh, MashaAllah. Wow, this sort of looks like that mosque we were at in Bursa. And here you can see that there's other graves of very influential Sufis. You can tell by the Sufis, by the way, by the little hat that they've put on top of the graves. In fact, they might even have just been Ottoman, because they also do this for the Ottoman Empire as well. They put these little rolled up hats, or whatever you want to call them, on top of the graves. There's a lot of calligraphy all over the walls here as well. And mashallah, look at the tile work in here. Subhanallah. Look at that. The detail, bro, is just incredible. Bro, I don't know if this is the time to say this, right, but when I'm in a place here where it's all Muslims and they're all hijabis, I can never find it, man. I can never find my wife. Like, it's like she just merges in. And this tomb in the middle, this one is the actual tomb of Rumi. As you can see, there's people that are making dua here. And it's a very beautiful spiritual moment for a lot of people. It's such a blessing to be a Muslim, and alhamdulillah, I love to see when the Ummah come together. We've come across now one of the oldest Qurans in the world. This is from the 13th century. MashaAllah. Okay, let's see what else is in here. This part is like a museum. As you can see over there, there is the tomb, and then here is the museum. Also, I just want to mention something real quick that's popular in Sufism, right? It's in like a rare case, it doesn't happen all the time. Well, people, they make dua to the dead, not for the dead, they make dua to the dead, which essentially means they're asking the dead to intervene for them, on the Day of Judgment. And let me just tell you something, my brothers, this is haram, this is shirk, man. You should not make dua to anything other than Allah. And the best time to make dua is when your head is on the floor, and that is when you are the closest to Allah during your salah. So if you want to make dua, do it during your prayers, and always make dua only to Allah, not to any gravesite. Like I said, you can make dua for them, like, oh, Ya Allah, grant them ease, grant them the highest ranks in Jannah, stuff like that. But you cannot make dua to them to intervene for you. This is completely haram, it is shirk, and it's something that we should not do. So if you see other people do it, don't think that this is the right thing in Islam, because it's not. Oh, look, we found more Quran. This one is from 1767, from the Ottoman period. This one is from 1852. And this is a much older Quran, mashallah. Look how beautiful it still is. It's from 1672. Oh my, Ya Allah, look at this. This big Quran is from the 16th century. Oh, mashallah, look at this small Quran. It's so small they've even put a magnifying glass on it. But somehow they've still managed to actually write the Quran in Arabic. Look at my boy down here, look, playing Call of Duty, going prone. He's gone prone. Alhamdulillah for everything. This is one of the nicest moments, to be honest, just seeing all of these old Qurans. Like I said, this is the bit I was excited for. I always can appreciate the history of Islam, and it's something that makes me want to make these videos, is to travel and experience and learn about Islam. You know, I don't have the best of knowledge, you know. I've been a Muslim for like 3 years, and I don't even know too much about like Sufism and stuff, but that's why I'm here to learn. No, but this area though, where the tomb actually is so, like subhanAllah, it's so beautiful. Just the calligraphy, the artwork of the walls, the chandelier above it, every little detail is just so beautiful. Okay, we're going through the exit now. There's like, I can't show you right now because I can't see one of them, but there are like numbers on the wall with a headphone sign. And I think that you can do like an audio tour guide of this place.
There's an audio tour guide. I see it in Get Your Guide.
Oh, okay. So if you go and Get Your Guide, you can do the tour guide. I'll try to see if I can find the little symbol. Oh, also here, inside this bit and inside this bit is masjid. This one is the women's and this one is the men's. But there is obviously the masjid over there as well. So you can make your salah there, or you can go to the mosque over there and see that as well. Alhamdulillah, we've come quite early, so we've got plenty of time. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Look, so this is number 42. Look at 42 of the audio track thing. So you just connect your headphones, you say, or there's an app maybe, you say you're 42, and then you get it in your language. Because all of the signs here are in Turkish, okay? You would think maybe they would put some in English or maybe some in Spanish because they're wide-spoken languages, but they haven't, which is fine, but they haven't. So you need to Google Translate everything while you're here. But yeah, alhamdulillah, we've come nice and early, so we've got plenty of time to just roam around peacefully. It's not really that too busy here. But there's like a few buildings around, so I think there's like museums, I think there's a bit of everything going on here, to be honest. I'm not sure what this one is over here, but I think we'll head into this one first. And then I'm quite interested by these little mini towers. If I'm right, I have a feeling a lot of this will just be like other grave sites of influential Ottoman Empire Sufis. Yeah, they are. It was a really nice experience in there, by the way, in the tomb of Rumi. It was a really nice place, really nice. They've done it up very beautifully. You can tell they've invested a lot of money and made it just look so perfect in there. Oh man, I'm tripping. I thought these were actually people. Bro, I felt like, when I walked in, I felt like slightly nervous for a second, and I don't know why, but I thought that these were real people. Yo, mashallah. Madam Two Swords in the building. No, they've done an amazing job. They look so realistic. I was tripping when I walked in. This is what I was talking about this like kind of like expression of dancing. It's called the dervishes, the people that do this. It's like expression of Zikr, just a different way of doing Zikr. And this is what the Sufis looked like back in the day. It's crazy really when you look at it, like all of the different like regions of Islam and what they wear. You like that, yeah? Very nice. Did you think they were real? When I first walked in, my heart sunk a little bit. I was a bit nervous, like, whoa, there's people performing. I really think this area is like a Sufi museum. So the Sufis, after 1001 days of suffering, it said outside, they would be granted a cell, they would call it. Well, that's not the actual word, that's the English word, but they would get one of these places. But look, had the tasbih. It's very like, all they're doing is just focusing purely on Allah. Like, it's actually a really beautiful thing. It's known as well that Rumi used to sit in a room like this with Shams, a famous guy called Shams, who was also very influential in the Muslim world here in Konya. They used to sit and just lock themselves away in a room like that for days on end and just talk about Islam, talk about Allah, talk about poetry. Like, they were doing the most intense dhikr. It's such a beautiful thing. And also, I want to make it very clear, right? Sufis, they are Sunni. Most of them are Sunni. I think most, if not all of them are Sunni, but they do some things that are bid'ah, like things that are not from the Sunnah. Do you know what I mean? Like the dancing and the singing sometimes. Like, that is not from the Sunnah, but that is how they express their dhikr and love for Allah. So it's just a different way of making dhikr. Okay, about what I said earlier about no English. So outside each one of these little doorways, look, boom, 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 all the way around, there's actually an explanation in English what they are. Yeah, so they have it in many different languages on here after each one, and then you go in and you know like what you're looking at essentially. Like this one is based upon Islamic calligraphy. And then you come in and then look, there's loads of books with Islamic calligraphy. Mevlana prayers, this one. Oh, mashallah, this one is interesting. This is the calligraphist drawer. So that's like the pens they were using. Okay, I think we're about finished up now. The last thing I want to see before I go is the museum shop. I want to get myself a little something. Saying that, we're in Konya, you know, if you want to buy yourself a little Sufi style gift, then there's shops everywhere here that sell them. So actually, I'm going to give it a miss. So we're finished up now then. We're going to go into the market now. I'll show you some of the Sufi things, and I'm going to buy one actually today, inshallah. Yeah, the kind of person I am, yeah, I don't take life so seriously. I don't take life seriously enough sometimes, right? I just love to joke around. But when I come to these places, I try to be quite serious and focused on what I'm doing. And I feel like I really just enjoy to come to these places. Look, this is what I mean, man. So this is like a really normal thing here in Turkey. In fact, in most Muslim countries, right, is that when you visit like a tomb site or you visit a heavily based Islamic site, a lot of people are giving. Now, when you go to the tourist mosques, I said this to you the other day, that a lot of people are asking. But when you come to places that are very spiritual, very special places, all the Muslims, all of a sudden, the iman is, you know, they're giving, leaving sweets, handing out Turkish delights. Like, people are on it. Everyone's trying to collect that reward from Allah. It's a beautiful thing, and it really makes you proud to be a Muslim as well. It really makes you proud to be a Muslim. And I genuinely believe if as Muslims we acted like this outside of these locations, outside of Ramadan, then people would see the beauty of Islam so much more. And I think more people would convert to Islam. But, you know, the media doesn't portray us Muslims in a good way, and there is bad things that happen. There's a lot of people that don't follow the correct teachings of Islam. And I think that pushes a lot of people away from Islam. But if they looked into it, they'd know Islam is a very, very beautiful religion. Okay, we're going to go into the mosque now. I'm not going to pray though, because obviously my little situation with the shorts. yeah, due to the little situation with my shorts, I'm not gonna pray my salah. Usually, every mosque I go in, I always pray at least 2 rak'ah, but instead I'm just gonna have a little look around. I will come back here and pray, inshallah. I don't want to come into this mosque like full tourist, film a video and not actually pray my salah, which I will do, but let's take a moment.
نون والقلم وما يسطرون ما أنت بنعمة ربك بمجنون وإن لك لأجرا غير ممنون وإنك لعلى خلق عظيم فستبصر ويبصرون بأيكم المفتون إن ربك هو أعلم بمن ضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين.
So something I've seen, especially when I was in Bosnia, and they had it in Albania as well actually, in some of the mosques, they have these areas, right? So inside that bit there are Quran, and then up here there is a microphone where the adhan is made every single day for all the prayers. That is where the adhan is made. They also recite Quran from up there as well, sometimes after the salah. And it's a really beautiful thing, you know. These mosques, you don't get these kind of mosques in England at all. Now, I know England is not a Muslim country. We do have mosques, we have many mosques in England, but none of them are so grand, you know. None of them have the little intricate details like that I've been to anyway. I genuinely can't tell you how much of a blessing and amazing feeling, alhamdulillah, it is to be here in Konya. I should kiss the ground. I'm so happy to be here. Antalya was so hot. Do you know what? I feel like looking back on Antalya, there is not that much amount of time where I look back and I enjoyed it, because I was suffering so much from that 40-degree heat. Here in Konya, the more you start going up north in Turkey, the cooler it gets. So currently here it's about 30 degrees. And 30 is usually for me ridiculously hot. But here, it feels just nice. 30 is better than 40, alhamdulillah. There's the mosque that we've just come out of. And now we're over here it looks really luxurious here. I thought it was like a market, but now I'm starting to think maybe it's just shops. Like not an actual market, but more premium shops. But these kind of shops will have the Sufi style gifts. I saw a few yesterday when I arrived here in Konya actually. The rotating dervishes. They're going to be much cheaper here than they are in the shop inside of the museum. Bro, why is everything so cheap? You can get this tray, right, with Sufi like engraving for £1. That's crazy. And I think this is the one we're gonna get. Oh, it's a key ring as well. They've got the little hat. Now that is something I might actually buy. I like cool little weird things like that. As you know, from all of the trips I go on, I always try and buy one gift that sort of like represents that country or that area that I went to. And I feel like this really will represent well Konya. This little hat. It feels almost like a coconut. Little dervish. You're so funny.
Where are you from?
England.
England.
Alhamdulillah, England.
Are you
Yeah.
Muslim?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, bro.
MashaAllah. You are Muslim.
Oh, that's so nice, brother. Thank you so much.
Ready.
What's your name?
Serdar.
So nice to meet you, Lewis.
Luis.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Luis.
Nice to meet you too, brother. You're from here?
Yes, I'm from
Oh,
here.
mashallah. Konya.
Konya.
Oh, mashallah. Beautiful place.
Yes.
Very beautiful. You have good English, by the way. Your English very good. So I didn't quite get to capture that moment, but that guy, he said to me, I caught like half of what he said. So he said to me just then, "You've made me very happy because you are Muslim." MashaAllah. That gave me like goosebumps when he said that. Really, that's such a beautiful thing, man. I really, really love Islam and the beauty of Islam, and I feel like you get to see it so much here in Turkey. Before, I only ever knew Turkey as these holiday resorts, and this trip, I've seen just such a different side of Islam here. It's so, so beautiful. I know it's a secular country. Before someone goes and tells me it's secular, I know. But the Islam here is really, really something special. All of the shops here are pretty much Islamic shops. Do you know stuff like this? I love it, right? like I said, I'm not Sufi. I just want to make that very clear. Some people thought from the last one I was Sufi. I'm not. But I love this kind of thing. And if I had the space to buy it, I would buy it. Assalamu alaikum. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Tabarakallah. Look how beautiful it is here. Woo-wee. The whole city so far is looking earthed. Beautiful. Look at those pink roses everywhere, the greenery. And the buildings. They look somewhat fresh out of like LA's High Street. They look very classy, premium, slick. This is so beautiful. I always think to myself, like when I make hijrah, inshallah, where is it gonna be to, you know? And so far, Konya is ticking boxes, really ticking boxes. First of all, it's cheap. Second of all, very good Muslims here. Third of all, it's very clean. It's very, very clean. Clean, modern, but still has sort of like an old feel to it. So obviously when we're traveling, right, we're always thinking to ourselves, like, if we were to leave England one day, inshallah, like, where would we want to move? So far, what do you think of Konya in that aspect of like...
I think that Konya is very perfect city for Muslims.
Yeah, it's like Bursa.
Yeah, but it's a bit better than Bursa, let's be honest. In terms of like the religious vibes.
Oh yeah, and modernity. I think
yeah,
that's
it's more
word.
modern,
It's very modern, isn't it? Like... We're in the old marketplace now. If I'm gonna find trousers, I think this is where it's gonna be. Let's have a little look. I think this is the shop I will probably consider buying from. Even these are nice, these North Face. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How much are these? How much? 500. How much is that? 500, £10. Okay. Do you have size large?
Large, X-large, X-large.
Right, I'm gonna throw them on over the top of my shorts and see if they fit. That's the only way. If I buy them now, they probably won't fit. This is what is this? A kid's large? Okay, XL is the only way. Let me try that then. Okay, the other pair I've got are a pair of Columbia trousers. The first one was North Face. This one is Columbia. Yeah, they look alright. I think I'll grab these. Got a nice bagginess to them. They feel light as well. Like I'm not gonna die of sweating in them. Right, I'm happy with these trousers, and he said the price is 500, which is like less than £10. So I'm not gonna try bargain or try give him a low price. I'm just gonna pay. I think we've secured a bargain. Vlog is uploaded. I was just uploading the vlog from yesterday, and then I just started hearing the adhan, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna run to the mosque. Because actually, Google Maps is telling me there's a mosque just down here. So we're not gonna go to the big mosque. We're actually gonna go to a smaller local one for the Zuhr prayer. I'm rushing a little bit because sometimes you hear the adhan and they start the prayer too quick, and then I'm like, I just joined in late, but I want to be early, so I've made wudu at the hotel room, and I think this is the mosque. This guy looks like he's making wudu over here, so this must be the masjid. Yeah, look, they got a little tap outside. It's not a proper wudu station, but okay, thank you so much.
Çorabı çıkar, çorabı çıkar. Çıkar çorabı, çıkar çorabı.
Take off.
He, çıkar baba.
Take off.
He,
Why?
çıkar. Bak
Take off.
şöyle.
Why? Why? I want to keep on.
Ama bak buralara bastın ya.
Oh, because I stepped on the floor. Ah, okay.
Ayırdın mı?
Yeah. I'm with you now. I'm with you. Nice one.
Hayyâle sâlâh, hayyâle sâlâh, hayyâle felâh, hayyâle felâh. Vâzibâle sâlâh, vâzibâle sâlâh.
Okay, so I figured out that brother was actually trying to tell me, because I took my shoes off here
on this floor. It was slightly dirty, so he said take your socks off as well and then put them back on when you come out. So he had good intentions, man. I feel bad. I feel like because I didn't understand him, I feel like it could have probably frustrated him a little bit. But either way, what a nice guy. Also a nice old little mosque. This hotel that we're actually staying in is called Sufi Homes, and there's so many amazing things I love about this hotel, but I'll save that for tomorrow inshallah, before we leave to go to the next city of... I'll let you figure it out tomorrow. In fact, no, I'll just tell you. We're going to Cappadocia tomorrow. Mic drop. That's the place with all the hot air balloons and stuff like that. It looks wicked. I've just realised as well that these trousers that we bought earlier, they actually change into shorts as well. So they're a short and they're a trouser. These were amazing for 10 quid.
It's about 1 o'clock now, my brothers, and it's time for something to munch on. We've come across this place called Konya, calligraphy. Oh, do you know what I'm great? Do you say, you know the kumru sandwich? Kumru. Is it called kumru? You don't have this one? Okay.
This soup, special food, lamb head.
Oh, the head of the lamb?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This curry, chicken chop, chicken wings, meatball, Adana kebab, meat curry, lamb
yeah.
chops.
Okay, thank you so much. Cheers, man. To be honest, I'm kind of looking for some, like a sandwich, the kumru sandwich. I had it in Bursa and it's amazing, man. It's like chopped up sausage with cheese, with mayonnaise, some onion, some ketchup. It was really like one of the tastiest sandwiches I've had, like looking back. I miss it. So, there's another place I've seen on Google Maps and we stopped back here yesterday. Obviously I didn't film yesterday, but there's a little alley down here. And there was a young boy who served us there, and I had just a toast, like a little cheese toastie, and it was so delicious. And I think it's just him and his mum doing the business, from what I could tell. And it was really tasty, so I think we should probably go back there. Also, it was so cheap. Yesterday I got a cheese toastie, it was £1. Let's see if he's open today and grab ourselves. I'm really wanting though a nice kumru sandwich.
I think you have it.
Honestly, I don't think he has it, but I think you should try one. I think we should go on the hunt for the kumru sandwich though. If he doesn't have it, I'm still 50-50 or whether or not we'll eat here or I'll go on the hunt to find this sandwich.
Something similar, that's what I see in the picture. I think.
Assalamu alaikum, bro. How are you, brother? You good?
Are you good? Wait.
You have the kumru sandwich, kumru. Do you have kumru sandwich? We'll see you there.
You find it?
That was the boy, by the way, from yesterday. And this is his little shop with his mum. Look. It's like it looks like it's closed, but I'm sure it's actually open. His menu is like really traditional stuff though, like kofta, grilled meats, meatballs, chicken sandwich. But he has something similar, look. This is what I got yesterday for 60 lira. It was a toastie with cheese, with salami. It was really nice. But I think today I might push the boat out and get that one, because that one looks really, really meaty, really delicious. I think he's doing a little delivery run at the minute, so we should sit down here and wait for him to come back. I also really like about this is that they've just turned this into a little restaurant. It's got 5-star reviews on Google, by the way. It's really, really good. And he's got little wall arts going on here. Nice little decoration. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, let's sit here. Okay, we'll wait till the boy gets back and we'll order food. Oh yeah, I can't forget to show you the name as well, so you can come here inshallah, support this nice little small family business. The name is Zeki Baba. Zeki Baba. Like that. Yesterday after I had my food on Google Translate, I said to him, I was like, oh may Allah put like so many blessings in your family business. And the boy was just smiling so much. He's a really nice guy, man. He doesn't speak English, but he's a nice boy. Yo, I'm writing out a whole paragraph for the boy, man. So the message is, Assalamu alaikum, brother. Could I please get the Ivalic toastu with meat, pickles, cheese, ketchups, and mayonnaise? Can we also get a kofta sandwich and 2 Doganai drinks, if possible? He's selling a Doganai drink. I think it's like Coca-Cola, but the Turkish version. It's not actually like the branded Coca-Cola. It's cola flavor. Okay. I'll give him the phone when he comes out, inshallah. I love this table design they got going on. Even I think this rug is part of their restaurant. This area, by the way, is so noisy. I tried to have a nap yesterday when I got here, and all day, constantly. Okay, let's get the brother over. Is that okay, yeah? Yeah, nice one. Yeah, that's fine, man. Yeah, that's cool, no worries, bro. I forgot to mention, but this place is literally a 5-minute walk from the tomb we were at this morning. So a lot of people are going to come here anyway and go to the tomb, and this is the place you need to stop by at. I always like to support these family little business. Now, restaurants are nice to go to. They're usually more expensive. But when you find little hidden gems like this, you got to soak it up. The prices are honestly incredible. Let me show you the prices again, actually. I don't know if I showed you properly the prices, but I'll run it over in English because you can see already that the Turkish price. So there is the Turkish soup, which is about £1.20. Yeah, £1.20. There is a plate with egg, butter, cheeses, chilies, all sorts of stuff, olives, and that one is £3. A toasty is £1.20, and then the one I've got today is £3. No, just under £3. And then if you just want like to have a little tea and a coffee, a tea is only 20p, and then a coffee is £1. The aesthetic as well is just clean. The only thing I would say, right, if I was going to help them with their business, is lift this up. Because yesterday when I came, I thought this is closed. Because if you look at it now, it doesn't look open, does it? So if they just lift that shutter up, I feel like more people would come and support the business. There's a place next door, right, on Google reviews that also has 5-star, and it's this place. So I don't know what's happened to this one. Maybe it just wasn't getting enough business, or maybe the restaurant's actually on the other side, I don't know. But this one used to have 5 stars as well, and now there's just nothing here. So nah, they weren't playing when they made this sandwich. Look, fries, ketchup, mayo, meat, cheese. Look how big the sandwich is. I got big hands, but put your hand near it. You got small hands, baby Zulu. Yeah, massive cheese sandwich. Okay, this tripod's not a very big one, so we'll have to make do. Okay, this is the size of the sandwich. Big sandwich. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Mate.
Nice.
That is more than nice. That is really banging. Mate, that is so good. Look at the inside. It's so good, I'd have it again for dinner. It's really that good. It has like the thin slices of like, it's like pepperoni, but more like salami vibes. You know what I mean? A little bit thicker than pepperoni. Like a salami spicy sausage. And then it's just got layers of cheese, ketchup, mayo, chips. I'm telling you, that sandwich is next level. And I know I enjoy most of the food when I travel anyway. I love my food. Well, this, I'm being serious, it's actually genuinely a solid 9.5 out of 10. And this is a man's, by the way. Go on, crack that baby open. Ooh, look at that. MashaAllah. Nice little lunchy munch. You know that's fire, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really tasty.
Wait, I can't really find a flaw with it, to be honest. I don't know why I said 9.5. We leave perfection to Allah, innit? But it is a 10 out of 10 sandwich, I will give it that. I've just realised this is actually fermented spicy purple carrot juice. I think we'll swap it, because that does not sound good. Okay. Brother, 400. Wait. This one, for you. For you. This one, you. This one, have. Okay. Thank you so much, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
It's nice to meet you, bro.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Take care.
Channel?
Yes, I will show you if you want. We've eaten pretty big, but it's time for something sweet. Okay. What we're rocking with. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Alaikum salam.
Oh man, I love me some baklava, to be honest.
Yeah.
4 pieces of this.
Ondan 4, ondan 2 mi? 4.
4 pieces. Yeah. Google Translate job again. Can we please get 4 slices of each? So 4 and 4, please. Thank you. So it works out to about £4, so 50p per square of baklava. That's not bad. That's really not bad actually. In England, you get like 4 pieces. No, you get 6 pieces in England for £4. Usually, at the shop I go to anyway. It's expensive. We're back in the room now. I've had a little nap and we're gonna try the baklava. I'm gonna start out with trying this chocolate one. Look at it. It looks really gooey, this one. I've no idea how this one is going to taste. The other one I've got a good feeling because, like I said, I have this one all the time in England. But this one, I have not got a clue. Bismillah. Oh, well. It's quite weird. That is quite weird. It's quite like milky. Really like soggy. You know, sometimes you get baklava, it's like crispy. This one has no crisp to it. It's just really soggy. I really can't say I'm a fan of that last one. But this one, it feels crispy. It feels like proper baklava. Bismillah. This one is perfect baklava. It's crispy, it's really syrupy, very delicious. 10 out of 10. As you guys know, from the start of this trip, from day one in Istanbul, I was saying I want to see the Sufis so bad, the dervishes, the people that are dancing and they're making the singing Zikr. It's something I've wanted to see so bad. Like, this is what the Sufis are known for, is that dancing, and I was unable to see it in Istanbul because it wasn't the right day. Well, guess what, boys, today is the right day. Saturday, 7 p.m. should be one of the best dervish shows there is to watch in the whole of Turkey, and we're here in Konya on the right day for once. Alhamdulillah. So we're heading there now. I think the show itself is actually free, or I think it's like a small fee, like £3. They do daily ones that are €30, which is extremely expensive. And I think it's just like a more of a private event where it's mainly going to probably be tourists, let's be real, because I don't think Turkish people are going to be that silly to pay such a high amount when obviously they can just come here and see it for free, or wherever they're from, they can just watch them for free. It's about a 10-minute walk just straight down this road, and I'm really hoping that we can actually get a ticket today. We're trying to get there ideally around about half an hour to an hour early in order to get these tickets. And I'm truly praying that they haven't sold out yet. Look at this place. It looks so weird. It's like someone just dropped in out of Call of Duty. Even this building, it looks like maybe it's a mosque because it has the speaker up there and it has the little moon and star. But it doesn't say anything about being a mosque. Interesting place. Look, even it's got the tap here to make wudu. That's what I mean. It has a mosque vibe, but it doesn't say anything about being a mosque. We've actually come across this building, which I thought at first maybe this is where the show is tonight. It looks pretty busy, but no. Apparently this is, well, I think it's like an Islamic museum. So it's actually another museum of Rumi's life. It looks good, doesn't it? It looks like a mosque. This is the place where the Sufis also do the dance, the dervishes do the dancing, sorry. But this is the one that is €30, bro. Oh my gosh, forget it. And then over there is a Konya museum. But that over there, that big pyramid right there, that is the place that we're heading to. And this one apparently is €3. Whether or not that's true, I have no idea. That's the thing with ChatGPT, you rely on it for all your information. Sometimes it is wrong, like it can be so wrong. It will tell you that there's a massive event happening, you get there and nothing's even happening. So we're just sort of going on a wing and hoping that it's told us the truth. Here we go. We are now at the Mevlana Cultural Centre. It looks a bit like a government building, to be honest. This really does not look like it's the right place, but I'm pretty sure it's the right place, and I can't check anymore because my data has just died. Like, I've not even made the YouTube video public, so I've had to upload again late today. Inshallah, this place has Wi-Fi, so I can actually get the video live. It's confirmed this is the right place. That guy over there, the security guy, I can't use Google Translate because my phone's dead, but he had on his phone already translated saying the show is here at 7 p.m. and you buy your tickets at H Block. But now the question is, where is H Block? This place is huge. Okay. Turns out it's much easier to find Block H than I thought. It's literally just up the stairs. So the second level is where you buy the tickets.
I believe I have only cash.
We'll have to ask. Ah, here we go. Ticket. 250 Turkish lira. Salam alaikum. Is it card or cash only? Just cash. Okay, yeah, no, that's no worries. All right, we'll have to go get cash and come back. Alhamdulillah, we've secured our 2 tickets now. 250 per person. And the show starts at 7 o'clock, so now I have 45 minutes to try and find somewhere that has a little bit of Wi-Fi so I can upload the vlog, because it's not public. I was going to set it to schedule, but I forgot and I set it to unlisted, so now I've actually got to publicly publish it. The chances of this Hilton right here telling me no are probably very high, but I'm going to ask them for the Wi-Fi anyway. And inshallah, I just say, look, I need Wi-Fi for 2 minutes, brother, please. And hopefully he just says, yeah, here you go, here's the password. Assalamu alaikum. Is there any way I could just connect to the Wi-Fi for like 2 minutes? Or is it not possible? Oh my gosh, big shout out to the Hilton, man. They didn't need to let me use the Wi-Fi, and honestly, I didn't think that they would. But they did anyway. Alhamdulillah, boys, another day, another vlog. Okay. Oh. This feels like the Turkish version of like expensive theatre, without the expense, because it was literally £5 each. Oh, look at this. Bro, I'm excited. There's not even that many people here. I thought it would get booked out really quick. We came very early because we thought it would get booked out.
So the show is only £5. He was wanting
Yeah.
to sell as the one is 20.
Tell him, man. Tell him. Look, she's fuming. Yeah, the one in our hotel was like, yeah, it's €30. What? I think it's because it's every day. And like I said, this one, £5, so a fraction of the price. They have like an orchestra section here, like a main stage. And then this is the bit where the dervishes will do their little dancey dance. I know it's not my place to judge people, and I'm trying not to judge, right? But this dance thing we're about to watch, right, is dhikr. It's a form of dhikr, like a connection to Allah and a praise to Allah. Some of the people here are tourists, of course, and they probably don't know it, but a lot of them are wearing like mega revealing clothes, especially a lot of the women are wearing really revealing like dresses and stuff like that, and it's crazy to me, right? Like, of course, maybe they don't know this, but this is like meant to be like a connection to Allah and like a really religious thing. This is not just like a show of people dancing. I think some people have got it a little bit twisted. Am I being harsh by saying this, or do you agree with me? And this is how it all started. So there is like, from what I've figured out, there's like one leader of the group, right? And as you can see here, he's leading them all out in formation. They all follow his lead essentially. And everything is so like precise. It's like such a perfect sort of ritual. Like the way that they approach the mat is like they go around the back of it, then walk forward. And then this man started, I think he was singing some sort of song in Turkish, because I couldn't understand a word and Iman didn't, so I know it wasn't Arabic. Anyway, and then they started introducing some instruments in, and then this is where the music sort of started to begin as well. And they did a lot of this bowing forward during the music, and then all of a sudden they started bowing towards each other, and then they would start to circle around the place. As you can see here, they start following each other around, they start circling. And then this part, right, so during the Ottoman times they used to do this. So any person who is higher than you, like in a level or whatever you want to call it, a hierarchy, then you would kiss their hand. So that's what they were doing there. And then this is where it began. As you can see, one hand is facing up, one hand is facing down. The hand up symbolizes like knowledge coming to them from Allah, and the hand down is them distributing that knowledge amongst the people. As you can see, it's very beautiful. Like once they're all synchronized up and they're spinning like this, it really does look so special, especially with the different color lights as well. I feel like it just adds that sort of like interesting element. Like this one, look at the green, it looks so clean with their white clothes spinning around and around and around. It's a very slow show, you know. Every like part of it happens over quite a long period of time. It's very, very slow. Okay,
Okay, it's all finished now. Overall, it was a really incredible experience. My favorite part by a mile was the Quran recitation. It was extremely beautiful. I think we need to remember that this is not just a show of entertainment. This is actually a spiritual moment for these people. Like, they're not there to entertain you, do you know what I mean? So it's very slow paced, really slow paced. Every movement that they made was so precise, so beautiful, like so well orchestrated. It was really like special. It felt so special. Obviously I couldn't understand most of the singing and stuff, but the Quran part was my favorite by a mile, because that is my favorite surah from the Quran. Ar-Rahman, my favorite surah. So when I heard that, it was just giving me complete goosebumps. But overall, amazing experience. I'm really glad I got to experience this. One thing I really wanted to experience whilst I was in Turkey. Now, I don't condone music and I don't condone listening to instruments and stuff, but that as an experience was incredible. So my brothers and sisters, we will end the video here, inshallah. End it on a beautiful note, you know, ending it with the Quran just moments ago. So, assalamu alaikum. I'll see you inshallah tomorrow, because we're going back to daily. You know, I've only missed days because of internet problems. We're moving around so much, like genuinely we're moving around so much. We usually spend like 1 or 2 days in a city. We're moving on for like 4-hour travel, so it's getting a little bit hectic. I don't feel overworked or anything though, alhamdulillah, so we will continue with the daily for now. And yeah, inshallah we'll see you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.